Alright, before I start this video, I thought I'll say this very quickly. The only sick fish I got are the ones I bought from the store unknowingly they are sick, or bought them knowingly they are sick and I have them in quarantine. So what am I talking about? Well, my goldfish here. They're happy, they're healthy, their colors are popping. Do I want to put them in their 20 long? Yes. But in this 10-gallon tank, they seem a lot more active, they eat a lot more often, and they're a lot more social. Okay, this guy just did a little peeky peek on the big guy. I may need to move this guy eventually. So, maybe there is a little bit of bullying going on with this guy. I don't know. I'll have to monitor. But, like I was trying to say, okay, let's bring one of my bettas here. Alright, when I first started owning bettas, I lost a lot. And it wasn't because of me not taking care of them correctly. It was me doing the normal water changes and whatnot that you should do. Like every 3 days you do like a 25% water change, half percent water change or whatnot. I was doing that. I was letting the water sit out for a day or two prior to doing so. And even still, my bettas would die. I had stupid conditioner and everything else. And my bettas would still die. Excuse me. So after putting up with losing every single betta for upwards of a month or so that I bought, I decided, okay, I'm going to ignore what people said about doing water changes for betta fish. And I'm going to follow what my dad does when he used to have angelfish in a 20 extra high. He only did water changes when it was absolutely necessary and or every 3 months or so. He never lost a single angel. So yeah. What works for me works for me. What works for you won't work for me because I've lost a heap ton of fish when I first actually started doing everything that you're supposed to do when you care for fish. The only fish I'll actually do a nearly routine water change on is my goldfish. Since goldfish can actually handle a water change. Speaking of a water change, my 20 long tank right here, which is not turned on, I'll be doing a 25% water change, i.e. a 5-gallon water change, which is probably going to go about to here or so because that's what the meds stay to do. Every 24 hours do a water change and then pour another batch of meds in here. I'll be doing that for the next 3 days. And hopefully by then these guys will get their sores and their fin rot fixed out. And I'm also about to release my betta into this tank. But right now I'm still gonna let him sit in here for about another hour or two with the lights on again, so he can get reused to the fish that are in here before I release. And I know this isn't optimal, but I am talking to someone in one of the groups I'm in. I think he might be coming over to take the 2 bettas I own that I need to find a new home for. Actually, let me show you what I'm talking about. The 2 beds in this tank, because once I can get someone to take these 2 guys away, give these guys a new home, I'll be putting my tumor betta in this tank all by himself. This one has a heater, this one has a filter, it has algae which I'm going to clean out, and I've had fish in this tank for a long time. I have been actually keeping this tank as a backup tank or a quarantine tank for this particular purpose right here, but I don't have sick fish. The only sick fish I have are the ones I bought. I.e. my goldfish here, the big super goldfish you saw inside my tank. I don't know what type of goldfish he is. And my tumor betta, which is right there, of course. He's a very beautiful betta. But yeah, I guess I'll put like a little skip somewhere on the description below so you can skip this part and actually get to the next part of this video of me releasing betta fish and starting the treatment on my goldfish. Alright, I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's a slight blue tint to the water. That's because I put the ick treatment inside this tank. Unfortunately he likes swimming over here, so what I may end up doing is I have another 1 gallon tank, and this isn't going to happen for another 24 hours or so. But in 24 hours I'm going to take the other 1 gallon tank, and I'm actually going to replace it because that tank's filtration, the way that tank is set up, I can actually have the filter on one side of the tank and have the heater on the other side. And it is 1 gallon too, but it's shaped in, it's basically just that corner tank, but in 1 gallon form. And that's what I'm going to do for this guy, that way so he can have, I guess, a slightly better way to swim around. But since he likes hanging out by the bottom of the filter, he gets himself caught like this. And I tried turning it down to where it's still trickling and adding aeration and whatnot, but not enough to where it'll really cause him too much, suck him up too much. But and of course I also did remove the filter, because if I keep the filter in there with the carbon, it will the carbon will just take away all the beneficial stuff of the meds I'm using on him. So I'm hoping within a week or so I'll be able to put him into a better tank. And what do you want? You want Patty water, don't you? Yeah, she wants Patty water. Yes, you do. Patty water. Poor cat. Alright, looks like it's not, give me a second. Let me just do this. There we go. Now to release my tumor beta into the tank and see what happens. He's a very beautiful beta, as you clearly can tell. I actually had an incident with the cup lid on this thing, to where when I went to pick him up to leave the store, the whole thing just fell apart, and the poor thing got dumped onto the counter in Petco, and that was a very traumatic experience for my poor little fishy. But he survived, thank God, and he's doing just fine, looks like. Now I'm just going to record and watch at the exact same time and see exactly how he handles all the fishies. I've been doing this process now where I just let the fish sit in the cup till he gets acclimated, and then I put him into the tank. I've been doing that now for practically all my fish, and I've only lost one when doing that, and that was a angelfish in a 10-gallon out in my kitchen. It was one of those fish. It's one of those fish to where you just can't do anything when it dies. It's just one of those what you call 24-hour fish. You think it's doing fine, and then it just ups and dies. Unfortunately, there's nothing you can do about it. It really sucks I lost him, but that was the only fish I lost ever doing that method. And I have something like 50 fish. What, 60? I think my cat says I got 60 fish. From that side, you can't even see the tumor. He's a beautiful betta. Currently he's flaring at himself, and that's normal. Looks like I'm not getting any aggression from the Angels. That's good. I don't seem to see any aggression from the Bettas to the Angels. Granted, he's just going to sit there and flare on himself for probably like a good half a day before he starts noticing the rest of the fish. But I cannot complain for a free fish. He's a beauty. Don't see any fin nipping or damage done by the Angel that you just saw hovering towards him. It looks like everyone's getting along, as of right now. But with that said, I will be monitoring this tank. And I definitely know now this tank is absolutely overstocked. That's why I'm hoping to get the table I'm working on finished soon and actually give them a nice 5-gallon tank to themselves. If it actually ends, if these guys actually end up playing nice with each other throughout the time they're going to be in here, I think I may just move them all directly into the 5-gallon. But it depends on how everyone handles each other. Oh yeah, and I thought I wanted to show something off for a little bit. See that little line of bubbles? Watch what happens to it when I change the flow rate of the air. If I do it right, I can make it look like it's stopped. Okay, it looks like the air sun's not gonna respond the way I want. I want to try to show something awesome, but I can't. So far, signs are good. I don't see any aggression coming along with the fish. But with that said, I'm now going to monitor this tank. I'm going to monitor the goldfish I just put meds in. And around noon or so, I'll probably have another, actually probably around 2 or so, depending on how long it takes for these videos to edit out. I'll have another video up of me doing a water change and medding my 20 long that is behind this 2.5 that's behind me right now. But with that said, looks like everyone's doing just fine. Though I can't see I don't know what that Angel's trying to do with the Betta, but the Angel seems to not be getting attacked by the Betta, nor is the Angel attacking the Betta, so that's good. But I think I'll stop the video here and I'll come back and I'll just upload this thing and then I'll just make another video of me getting my 20 long medded soon. Well, actually later, but whatever.